You'll see his basic animations. You'll be
seu
hovering over the
Madruga.
ground, flapping his wings more often.
If you're gonna stand still, you don't need to fly, do you? You can just stand.
Yeah, exactly. This is
makes
part of
sense.
his
It's
laid back.
logical.
We want him to just land, right? He's cool with that.
And that's him floating.
There he is. Yeah, so he's a glider. He's not a walker.
Ele é
He's running
físico.
across the battlefield.
And the modeling team really put some extra work into these crystals. So you'll see them in his abilities, but also just on his character when Pawn was penning
Já
around.
sabemos que é
So,
physical.
the artist that worked on this was Chris Cooner, and he's kind of like when he was working on a previous model. I think it was Kakolan, like some sort of demonic.
É um
there was some
caçador.
crystals tech.
Yeah.
So we kind of made this crystal tech,
Chernobog
like, got some caustics and some
caçador.
like transmission effects, so the lighting kind of really like passes into the crystal. And he really
É
wanted to
Chernobog
put that into this model,
caçador.
and it just worked so well.
Yeah, Mark on the concept and Chris on the model both.
Yep.
Falei pra
also made this
vocês que era
model.
caçador,
It's
hein?
Beautiful, beautiful god artwork wise.
One of them just saw the auto attacks too, and at first I was like, hang on, he's left-handed.
Parece o Sirius. Parece comigo nada não. Pra parar com isso daí, ó.
Man.
He's got both.
Okay, and that's crystals that he's firing. That's what he's projecting.
Yes.
And look, you can
Right.
see the actual wall hit on the projectile, so when they collide with the wall, they actually shatter.
That's cool.
Pretty sweet.
That's one of those advances we've had with Smite as time's gone on, because Skins had it with like Afro's Cat,
Afro's
I think was
Black
the
Cat,
first
yep.
one.
Yeah.
And now we're actually putting it into
Yeah,
God.
we build up a little bit of kit of things we can do, man.
Yeah,
But
it's great.
if we do like work on a skin that has an ability, we try to sell it on the next thing if we can. The one
Push it
thing we
forward.
wanted to do too with this guy is because we wanted to kind of make him feel a little bit more like uncomfortable to look at, and part of it with that was like his
Podia ser mais
We had a little
gordinho.
bit
What the
exaggeration
fuck?
proportions in it. We went enough where it doesn't. We went not enough where it went like super crazy,
Sure.
but enough where it feels like when you look at him, you're like, man, this guy is just really freaking creepy. Like his hands feel pretty big, is a little lanky to him. I think it works really well for the guy.
It's subtle. It ties
E aí,
into kind
Barco,
of
bem
that
legal,
feeling of
beleza?
lurking evil that I was mentioning. So, yeah,
Não,
at
se-
a glance, it's
assim,
like,
me
oh, he's very
decepcionou
attractive,
pouquinho,
he's showing a lot of
sabe?
facial features and a torso. But then as you study him a little
Pensei que ele
closer, you see
seria
his
pouco
arms
mais
and legs are
monstruoso
stronger,
do
and
que
they
ele
turn
tá
into
se
kind of these
mostrando ali.
scarier claws and his
Achei
feet
que ele
are
seria
very
pouco mais,
individual,
sabe?
so-
Tipo,
There's a method to
eles
the
falaram
madness
que seria
and these
bicho
things.
Well, I
mais,
guess it's time to go into the
mais,
actual kit.
né?
I guess next.
Enfim.
Oh, would you like to do the voice pack?
I think we're gonna do voice pack first because this is a very special voice pack.
Oh, he does?
Yes, we have Doug Cockle, a well-known voice actor who voiced Chernobog. He's most well-known for his work in the Witcher series of games. He's also been in many TV shows and movies. He's
Sure.
appeared in Band of Brothers. He was in a Captain America movie, a really cool movie about dragons called Reign of Fire that I'm definitely going to go see now.
We're getting
Yeah, it
some
sounds
big
awesome.
name people for voices just lately. isn't
Meu
it?
Deus do céu,
definitely
Madu.
big collaborators on our lore with Ian
Well,
and
me
then
and Tina were talking
voices.
the other day about the Apollo rock skin. Found out it was One Punch Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Tina is like the voice acting network kingpin.
She,
She's
like,
like
comes
best,
out.
she's like
She's
best
got a
friends
web.
with some of the biggest
We're gonna
voice
be quiet.
actors.
We're
All
gonna be
right,
quiet,
I'm sorry. I'm
Chat's
sorry.
gonna get upset and so's Pond.
Tina's been doing amazingly.
Let's go.
You might even be as good as me. For certain. Of course.
É a vida, né, velho?
Beware every dark place, each sinister shadow.
Eu não acho que ele precisava andar o tempo todo com as asas abertas, entendeu?
Brother, and it was like night and day.
Acho que se ele fosse andando,
Hated night.
né, numa pose tipo aquela do Totti, seria muito mais interessante pro personagem em si.
It's just yeah,
You
it's a
could just say
subtle.
the sound of it like I can hear it.
Right, we don't want, a lot of times we do.
Se ele
go over
andasse
the
da
top
forma
and
com que o
stuff
Totti
like that.
anda, né? Porque disseram que seria um personagem imponente, que não esboçaria tantas emoções ou coisas do tipo. E aí você tem um personagem que sai batendo asa pra... É foda, né, velho?
Overly forced or
Not at all.
It's just a little deeper, so he feels a little bit supernatural, but he's still very clear. He does not crazy like a monster. And the voice lines are well written. I love. There's some foreshadowing to the kit even there in the taunts and jokes.
Depois eu faço um
Hold
vídeo.
up 1 second as well though. There was a note here saying this is
Tem que testar também.
as well.
Yes, that we did also make a Chernobog announcer pack.
Really?
I think that's going to be part of the Slavic event.
Oh, awesome.
So you'll get that sometime. I'm
Podia
not
se
exactly
movimentar
sure when.
parecido
It might
com o
not be
Totti.
available this
Acho que seria bem
time, but
legal.
We did make
And
that.
it's voiced by Doug Cockle as well then, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
of course. Same
Awesome.
great actor. So you can have him going pentakill and stuff, but as Chernobog
Alright.
soon enough, which is really cool too.
Into the kit then.
Into the kit.
Now,
Let's do it.
This is an unusual one because this year, well, for some reason this year decided to not give me the abilities, so
Yeah.
I'm going to name them.
No, go for it. Do you know what they do?
Wrong, but I want to try and give it a go.
Oh, you're gonna come up with your own names.
Yeah, because I've
that's
not got
great.
abilities. So
You're gonna
let's start with the
confuse
passive.
everyone, Hinderman.
You describe it, right?
Okay.
And tell me what it does, and then I'll tell you what we're gonna call
Me indica
it.
pra...
We can
Me dá uma dica pra melhorar no jogo. Joga bastante arena.
Well, we can split it afterwards.
He wants to
This'll
name
be
these.
more
Let him
fun.
have it.
I want Pond to be able to show the people viewing at home the text so they can put it all together.
So he's doing it right now. Actually, his passive is Heart of Cold. So if you fire 3 basic attacks into any
Sirius, me dá
enemy
ADM, não
humanoid,
posso te dar
you're
ADM
actually going to be
assim.
sticking into a crystal mesh, and after you hit 3 successive basic attacks, you're actually going to explode them in an AoE, doing extra damage.
Does it have to hit the same target?
So actually, every target you hit is going to have a special mesh.
PTS abre hoje às 7, depois entra pra conferir. Vou sim.
So you can switch targets.
So you can switch targets.
You
It
can,
keeps
yes.
that.
Ele não precisava andar voando, velho. Ele não precisava andar batendo as asas. Não é porque um personagem tem asas que ele vai ficar andando com a asa o tempo todo, gente. Acho que a rareza é meio lerda, cara. Tem como dar sub pro boleto? Ainda assim, mal tenho tempo pra pagar. Então, o WTBR, não precisa se preocupar, cara. Eu acho que eu não sei como que funciona esse negócio da Twitch. Eu acho que dá.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to synergize.
O personagem não precisa andar batendo asa o tempo todo.
You start hitting the late game, you're going to be getting those passive procs really often.
Ai, meu Deus.
What did I call it?
E aí, Danilo Ramos? Lembra sim, cara.
I thought you were. Yeah, you saw it.
Eu não desisto do Smite.
Yeah, and what's really cool is now
Personagem mais flopado que Sea of
for
Thieves.
hitting successful basic attacks in a row, which is really cool. This is like kind of what you want to be doing anyway as a hunter, so now we're going to reward you for doing that.
Just find one hunter on my team that can do that. I'd be happy.
It can be tricky to stack this on minions in the lane as they'll be moving and shifting around a lot and stuff like that, but when you're just boxing with the other hunter and you pull this off, it feels great.
I would guess with 2 characters and 2 support and
Quando o Paladin sair do beta, for continuar com a minha conta? Vai
Oh
sim.
yeah, you as a
Vai
support
sim.
player, and me too, Hinderman, watch out, because I've had this thing stacked on me quite a bit, especially if you're playing like Kepri or something like that. You're a big old target.
And the AoE, also why it might be small, does
E aí, César, chegou na Twitch aí
augments the wave
sim.
clear just a little bit.
Okay, let's get on to the first ability. AJ, what does it
Sirius, se ele tá voando, é óbvio que ele vai bater asas. É o que eu falei, cara. O personagem não precisava andar voando o tempo todo. Ele poderia andar como o Totti anda, entendeu? Com uma posição mais imponente. Ele não precisa sair batendo asa o tempo todo.
Because that was a healthy thing to do, to embrace the good and the bad. So here we have those curses turned into an ability. So this is a ranged AoE circle that he throws out in front
Todos
of
os
him.
caçadores têm delay no
Impact,
tiro, eu não sei.
and then it lingers there for a little while,
What does that do?
and then it explodes. So it deals damage on impact,
Olha.
and then it deals damage again on explode and roots.
Dá dano quando cai e
So
dá
it
dano
doesn't
quando
do any damage during the
explode.
middle part. It's just kind of warm up.
Oh, it takes a bit of a while.
Ok.
Yeah, and
takes
there's
3
no
seconds.
there's not a blocking volume there. That's just for effect. You can walk through the crystal.
Arena é legal. É bom pra
So it
treinar.
doesn't block abilities or basic attacks or anything like that. It's just a delayed explosion.
And if someone's inside that, they get rooted
At
at
the
the
end.
end of it.
Yep.
Intro deals damage, the outro does damage again, and
Personalidade de personagem que eu mais gosto é do Zeus.
Given the clear sign when he's going to detonate is really
the
nice.
effects team, yeah.
Zeus não tá nem aí,
actually
tá
worked
ligado?
on the
Ele tipo é
crystal,
fodão e
and,
foda-se.
it's really cool.
Não
And
se
the audio
importa
is
com
great too.
nada.
If you listen closely, you can hear like this kind of demonic whispering by the ability.
Ele e o
It's got a very
Poseidon.
horror movie feel to it.
Já reparou
So
que eles
I'm
não
feeling
estão
like
nem
they're
aí?
pretty solid right now.
Yeah, his wave clear is pretty good.
So this ability has some really cool synergy.
Eles
with
não
his
estão
next
nem
ability, that
aí
clumsy
com
whatever.
nada.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, that's right. His ability 2 is called Vicious Barrage, and what it is, it's a wider and longer piercing basic attack. It has no extra damage by itself, and then following the basic attack, following that piercing shot, you actually get an attack speed steroid.
Oh.
But the fun thing here...
Quanto você acha que ele dará com dano
your
base
AO1
nível 1?
ability, so that's going to be his
Sei
AO2,
não.
and then you have the attack speed buff afterwards. If you fire the AO1 and throw the second shot, Vicious Barrage, it actually explodes it early.
So you
Odin
the
também.
damage and the roots
Yeah.
as well.
It's the old 1-2 combo.
Yeah, it's the 1-2 punch.
But then again, you got to make sure if you can hit the 2 and the 1 at the same time, and both get them to connect with the target in front, you get
Yeah.
massive damage.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, and
É um
especially
caçador
targets
mago,
with high
né?
move speed
Fazer
that are moving around,
verdades aqui.
it can
Fala
be
a
tough to
verdade, é um
detonate
caçador
that
mago.
root area on them, even if you're not
Seria
even trying
bacana
to
fazer
hit
os
the
titãs
two,
do
like,
Smite.
just to lead them,
Seria, mas
and
e aí,
use
como é
the
que vai
two,
fazer a representação
But
deles
the one is
aqui?
a really good zoning ability either way.
Eu
You
gosto
can
do
kind of
Susano,
block
ele tem um
off
jeito
the whole path
arrogante,
that
mas
people
ruim
want
BR.
across, and then you get a lot of
Justice
flexibility
Bar.
with the two, which is really unique.
And one thing that Pawn
Ah, não
Shop
era
does
melhor
is
quando tinha
because
5
it is a
minions?
basic
Era
attack, it's actually
diferente.
stacking
Eu
the
prefiro a de
patches,
agora.
applying those crystal meshes.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, exactly.
It also
Not
can
only
crit.
that, but as Pawn's showing here,
It can crit.
it can
O
life
fim é que esse
steal,
vídeo
it's
jogar
a
5 das dicas e sempre joguei no co-op tentando sair. Mas toda vez que eu vou jogar
But it does no
e falo que sou novato, os
so
caras
it's
me
like
xingam.
actually
É porque a galera é
relatively
tóxica,
weak,
ou
so
seja,
it's
a
like
galera é
an
muito
attack
tóxica.
ability, but it is a basic attack, except for hitting towers. It has all of the rules the
Correct.
same.
It doesn't actually affect towers there, so
No
that
towers.
itself.
Causa crítico habilidade?
Yeah, so actually as like a rank 1 lane clear, it's actually pretty underwhelming because it's the same as hitting a basic attack on the whole wave. But when you combine that with the stem and its really cool synergies, it becomes a really powerful ability.
And it also applies that crystal.
Como assim,
Yeah, it applies
cara?
that crystal effect.
So one last thing with it too is the stem afterwards. So you can see your opponent can just fire and then fire afterwards. He fires faster.
Ele é
There's a little bit of a
físico.
different change to his animation and audio and effects when he's firing the souped up basics.
Yeah, with his normal basic attacks, he's kind of got his hands, his palm outwards,
he's punching
and then
almost.
now he's kind of like chopping them forwards. He's punching them.
And you get a
outwards.
little bit bigger muzzle flash explosion on his
Yep.
hands.
Okay, so you're gonna play around the 2 when you play against him.
E Mira é um Jotun gigante da mitologia e pequeno no jogo. Fire Giant também é um Jotun gigante. Essa representação do Smite é toda distorcida.
Well, but I mean, then he's got a
Yeah.
ability, right?
Yeah.
He does.
In case of those emergencies when those first 2 run cooldown.
He does. And this
Enjoy.
ability is really cool. This is the one that actually, data mining got a little bit of wind of. They knew it interacted with walls, and people were really interested in that. And then we'll reveal detail about this one because we're really excited about this ability. It's really fun. So Into Darkness is Chernobog's dash.
It's like I named this kit myself.
Não dá crítico não, ele foi na base e botou o item, olha lá. Sim, mas se ele tiver a porcentagem de crítico, a habilidade causa o dano de crítico.
Oh, we shouldn't have called this Whirlwind of Shadow and Darkness.
Yeah.
I love that one.
All right, so this is a dash.
Ensina eles a
And
habilidade.
at the surface, it looks like a relatively
Vi sim,
simple
o Baco
dash.
bem
It dashes
legal,
and
vi
passes
sim.
through all, enemies, dealing damage and slowing. And it's a relatively, not really fast or long range dash, but as you can see, there's an extra targeting indicator when you're within range of a wall.
Oh, we know what's gonna happen, don't
He
we?
goes
That's
into the
right.
wall, and you can see he has.
Nossa.
If Pawn will dash into the wall and turn around.
Ele
you
fica
can see
stealth,
that much
velho.
time. See the targeter filling up. If that
E
runs
ele
out of
pode
time,
dar outro.
you're just
Como é
gonna
que
get
é?
popped out of the wall.
Ele só fica stealth, né? Não pode dar outro dash não.
You'll dash out of the wall,
You
yep.
dash out on timeout.
Yeah,
Or do you just
exactly.
fall out?
You dash out of timeout.
Okay, out of timeout, or when you refire,
Yes, correct.
you will dash back out of the wall.
Can you dash into wall to wall?
You cannot.
That would be a little bit too much.
I mean, yeah, no, that's what I was just making sure, because everyone's gonna be like, wait, what, a second? You can just fly through the jungle?
So this ability, you can get a little bit of obviously range extension by using it near a wall. You can go further, or you can hit twice with it.
Yep.
But the biggest feature is using the wall.
E aí,
to
Biel
evade.
Dark, beleza?
So you can see when he goes into the wall that his, as you were if you're an enemy.
Mostra
you
pra eles
can
como o
see the
esgoto
bar
funciona.
And things disappear.
Oh,
He
you
can't be.
don't see him in the wall?
He can't be.
No.
You can only see the
The shadow.
effects. Yeah, and he can't. He's untargetable and invulnerable during the wall, so he can't take any damage or have it hit by anything. So you could be in the middle of a Vulcan ult that's overlapping the wall, and you just dash into the wall. It'll explode right in front of you, and you'll be fine. And you can dash right out. It's very strong when you learn to use.
Volta
it.
pro YouTube, platina no Arena Velo, já diamante. Voltei não, Logado. É só a live stream do Pet Note tá rolando no YouTube. Depois eu vou voltar pra Twitch. Assim que eu fechar aqui, eu já continuo na Twitch. Mas o inimigo pode ver ele grudado na parede? Acho que não.
Enemies can really surround him when he's in the shadow if he stays there too long.
In
Well, I
fact,
mean, it's kind of like Giannis, keep him away from the walls, right? And
Sei
that
lá.
makes him a little bit easier to deal with, because his dash is
Dá 2 dash quando bate na
This ability is
parede.
so fun. You can dash into
Será que
player
dá
and create
pra ver?
deployables.
Oh, you can't wait, what?
So
Yeah,
on her
that's right.
on her could raise a pillar and you can stick to
Olha
his
no
pillar.
sono,
And
não
he's-
sei porquê.
You mirror wall too.
Kraken.
Yep.
Does Odin work?
Yes,
pretty
I
sure
think
it does
so.
with
I'm
the
pretty sure.
Odin
Yeah, yeah.
Fui
we
naquele
tested
vídeo de
that
dicas e tal, eu sempre jogo contra tentando sair, mas eu te falei, ô César. A comunidade é muito tóxica,
né?
velho.
Even.
Oh god.
Mas tem que continuar.
That's not too
It
bad.
should work. It should work.
Yes, you can. So
Vulcan
that actually
turret.
happened.
Vulcan
yes.
Camisa de marca, falei Nando.
No, 'cause that's a pet.
É da
That's a
Puma.
pet, not pet.
Puma.
So look, he's
Right
in
there.
the Vulcan walls.
Yeah.
We had a great playtest the other day where I was running away. I got hit by a Vulcan ult. I took the damage, and then I just dashed into the wall to avoid like a whole bunch of people trying to follow up on me.
Well, this is a good thing in a weird way, because you can actually like help out your Chernobog
By creating
having
a wall?
teammate throw a wall up and
Sure.
go, jump in it, boy!
You can,
I'm
yeah.
on my way!
Yeah, you
E o Loki são os únicos com habilidade stealth? Não, tem a Serker, tem a Discordia,
Terra support.
tem a
Just summon
Morgan,
wall- if he's not-
tem
he's in the middle of the lane, he's not near
também
you,
o
you just summon
Alquang.
one near him and let him dash into it.
E aí, Daniel?
If Terra puts the walls down,
Yep.
he jumps in one and she claps the walls, what happens?
So when a player deployable expires, he actually just does pop out of it.
Yeah, he'll just fall out.
okay.
He might actually ride the wall a little bit of the ways before it explodes. It's not very
Okay.
far. I guess half the distance.
It's just good to know his interactions ahead of time.
If we ever make a moving wall, he'll have some
he's gonna be
really
able to move
interesting
with it,
synergy
yeah.
with it.
Que achou desse quinto Cabracão? Achei, sei lá, velho. What the
Terrible, I
fuck?
guess, that he'll
It's like a
just pop out
secret
of.
deployed damage to
Eu mostrou a ult não, ainda não.
this wall must be moved.
Yeah. So eventually, if we do make something like that, he'll be like riding a Poseidon wave
That
all
would
the way
be awesome,
to
though.
all the way to
Okay,
the
so
end.
we've got one for wave clear, 2 for good poke and a steroid,
Yep.
3 is a nice escape and a bit of a trickiness to it.
Yeah, it's got some added utility.
Still got ultimate though.
He still has his ultimate, and this one's called
It's
Living Nightmare.
Quite a doozy here.
Yeah, so with this ultimate, he's going to channel on the ground for 1.4 seconds, and during that time, he's actually
Fiquei um tempo sem ver sua live, fiquei com saudade de sua voz. E aí, Brendax, beleza? Me dá skin do Cabracão. Eu não tenho João Paulo Vivo. E Charles, muito obrigado, cara. Eita, que isso?
The shadow clones will spawn at every enemy, regardless of where they are.
Even in the enemy base. Well, so these shadow bots actually don't deal any damage, but every time, and they also, you can't interact with them in any way. They don't body block or anything like that. You can't hit them with abilities. They expire after a set duration as well. What they do, though, is that every attack will be
O que aconteceu com esse personagem? Ele é caçador, sim.
So they don't deal damage, but as they attack you,
you're taking a little bit of a slow. Yeah.
Nossa,
this is just the first part. As you can see, Pom just used the second part.
Which is you can select any one of the shadows. Yeah, you just saw that right. You can select
any
one of your shadows with that target.
Ele pode teleportar qualquer no mapa.
So you'll see the beam, which means that you've selected the right place, and he will head all the way over there. And we're not done yet, though, Hindu.
This is a hunter.
You can use this technically across the entire map.
Fountain?
From fountain.
You could use it from fountain to fountain. As you see, you might end up with some tougher skill shots.
Okay.
On ranges of that distance, but
okay.
Are you Fear in the Darkness yet?
Yeah.
Do you feel the
You said there was more, and I'm like,
there is a little bit more. So
he reveals everybody.
Yep, he reveals
Slows everybody.
By a little bit.
E aí, Werley, não voltei pro YouTube não, cara, é só a live stream do Pet Note que eu tô fazendo no YouTube. Terminando o Pet Note aqui, eu volto pra Twitch. Então, se vocês quiserem acompanhar minha live stream lá pela Twitch, twitch.tv/tvserious. Todos os Pet Notes eu vou fazer pelo YouTube também, mas as live streams normais, elas continuam na Twitch, todos os dias, 18 horas.
If the enemy team's all grouped up, his only choice is to fall back down or to dive into a 5v1.
Correct. So then the other thing is that once he reaches, you're going to see he has like an empowered form. What he's actually getting is a 6-second buff where he's got damage mitigations. He's also refreshing his cooldowns when he reaches there, and he's also got a 30% movement speed.
Full cooldown refresh?
Full cooldown refresh.
So I've got this right. In laning phase.
In laning phase.
I land my 1-2 combo.
Correct.
I then get engaged and I dash in the wall, dash out. Then I ult into the
Ai, que sério. A ult dele dá dano?
and I've got all my cooldowns.
Acho que não. Salve Big Time.
I'm just talking at a base level of understanding that.
Cara, eu não aguento assistir Pet Note, sério, na moral. Esses caras enrolam pra caramba.
Or like on her deal line damage. Because this has really unique applications.